Hi, Formal fans, and welcome back to another Formal Gangster review, where we're going to go over the Soundbrenner Wave. This is their new headphone that I keep seeing all over Instagram, so I don't know if you guys have seen this or it's popped up in your feed, but it was all over mine and I had to give it a look because supposedly it's an edge for gamers all over the place. And I gave up on headsets a long time ago. I'm a purist. I wanted to keep my hair, and it seemed like people's heads were getting funny shaped, so I've been an earbuds guy for a long time. So we're going to see how these compare to the Sennheisers that we brought up in one of our previous reviews, specifically the Sennheiser IE S200, which we've already used for some gaming and activities. Great sound quality, actually pretty good for games, didn't expect that, and very great on the go. We haven't gotten to work out with them yet, but that's next on the list. Without further ado, let's pop this puppy open. The front of the box is very clean and crisp. Mine, of course, got a little dented in shipping. You gotta love that. The back here goes over a bunch of the features. Really, one of the main sets of features is they've got these 10mm dual magnet dynamic drivers that are really low bassy speakers that really give a nice low sound, as well as some balanced armature tweeters that give you both the highs and lows to kind of isolate sounds. So specifically for gaming, it's got really good sound imaging. I think it's the kind of thing that lets you pick out footsteps, lets you hear where your teammates are. I think this is going to be a slight edge for that specifically. I believe it was made originally for musicians, and gamers just liked it because it was really clear, it was lag-free. One of the big draws for me is I love a good wired headphone. Some people like the wireless stuff, it's easier to walk around. I think it cooks your brain, but that's just me. Supposedly it's very comfortable if you're going to sit there and stream for a few hours or play games with your buddies. I guess it comes with some accessories that we'll go through, and supposedly the audio is supposed to be superiorly high quality. So compared to stuff that's $200, $300, it's basically at the same mark at about a $100 price point, which means you really can't go wrong. So after all the info is out there, we're going to go ahead and pop the box open. Ooh. Wow, okay, hold up. Designed for musicians, like I said. Soundbrenner. It says there's a little arrow open on this side, I guess. So let's snag right there. Oh, beautiful. Pops right out. Okay. And this part pops out. And wow, they are just sitting in there. They're not connected to a darn thing. That's interesting. Okay. Next thing in the box is a carrying case. And this is really nice, to be honest. It's kind of like a carbon fiber feeling thing. I'm sure it's not, but you know, feels really sturdy, whatever they've got in it. I like the zipper. It looks like a reversed zipper, so it's not waterproof, but it's not going to catch those little edges. Inside, there's a few different items. This looks like our cable. I'm going to give this a quick look. Well, we just have to open it at this point because it's a rip to open. And wow, that does look nice. It unwraps really easily. It's got that kind of gummy texture. Wish it wasn't black so you could see it better. There's even a little cap for this. That's fun. Huh. These do actually have a similar design to the Sennheiser. I thought they just plugged in, but these wrap around the ear too, so that's going to be nice. Let's go ahead and connect these guys and see what they look like. Imagine they just pop out, right? Like, yeah, okay. All right, just popping out. Maybe they just pop out. Yeah, they just pop out. All right, we're going to set this guy over here. I'm trying not to collect trash, but that seems like something I'm good at. Or at least, I used to have a friend's dad who would always ask me that. He'd say, "Are you collecting trash?" It's like, maybe. Alright, so it looks like these things just connect on there, because that one went on okay. So, let me make sure I'm doing this one the same way. Whoop. Looks like maybe like that. How did I do this guy? Oh, what does the picture look like? Okay, there are actually labels on here, just in case you freak out. So there's a little L on that part. You can't see it. and there's a little L on that part right there. Maybe you can see that one. And so you do know which one goes to which one kind of thing. And it looks like they round down into it, so it's not too hard to get them connected. Okay, now those look uncomfortable so far, so we're gonna see if there's a couple more things in this bag here. They do have, probably not gonna open this guy just to kind of, you know, wait for when I need it, but it's well, you just can't see it. Okay, we're gonna open it. Just kidding. So this is like a ProJack. So if you want to plug it into this one and plug it into like an amp or a mixer, this will give you access to studio equipment, which is pretty cool, to be honest. You know, if you're a guitarist or a pianist and you got friends, neighbors, family that don't want to listen to you pounding on everything, that's probably nice. There's probably like 5 or 6 of these various headphone ends. We're just gonna grab a random one to see how these bad boys fit. Whoa. And these guys are similar to the ones that I have in the Sennheiser, so I think I'll like them. Whoop. And let's just see if these will just kind of pop on, maybe? Is this gonna be a surgical process, or do you think it's fairly... Imagine you gotta get them on there. Alright, well that one went on pretty easily. It does look like it's kind of smushy, but maybe that's just coming out of the package. Alright, getting this guy on this one. Beautiful. Okay. And I would imagine this one's the right. Nope, that one's the right. Okay. Which means I put the left one on maybe backwards? Did I do that? Supposed to go this way. Yeah. I knew what I was doing. I was testing you guys. That's it. Okay. Alright, so they look vaguely like that. There you go. Hold them up to the camera. Bam, bam, bam. And we're going to get these around the ears, see what they feel like. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a noticeable difference that the size of the earbud is significantly bigger than the Sennheiser. There has to be a larger speaker in there. I can see why they're talking about deeper lows and more articulation, because there's just a wider range. Like, you can feel the space. It sticks out from your ear a little bit, and it doesn't fit around your ears as well. So, I mean, it fits around them, but not as well as the Sennheiser. So I would not recommend these as much for like working out. They are very solid. They're, you know, nice and in once I've got them in. So maybe they're okay. And the cord looks like it could be a little longer than the other cord. So, or other cord we looked at on our Sennheiser model in our previous review. No, honestly, it is about the same length, maybe a little longer, which actually might be nice. So far I will say that in comparison, I think these are probably going to be the new gaming headset. And we're going to use the Sennheiser for going on trips or taking walks or going running, those things, just because the fit is so nice and the sound is so nice. And these guys look like they are going to destroy gaming, so we're going to go ahead and pop these back in the little carrying case to see how nicely these go in. Is it a quick process? Looks like you got to kind of put them on one side or the other, because if you got all your other little attachments in there, it's a little tough. Pops right up. This goes right in the backpack. Okay. Last thing in here is a manual. Whoop. And I'm sure probably the same disclaimers in the other one that's like, you know, hey, if you turn this way up and you screw up your ears, it's not our fault. So, all those fun things. It does look like all of the little accessories fit in the container with the headphones, so very easy, quick storage. Everything goes right back and away. Oh, and we're gonna put this back together so you can see the box one more time. Bam. And that is the Soundbrenner Wave. So we're gonna give it a try. We'll let you know what it's like, and Man, I'm very excited for these. If these are anything like I think they are, then they're going to take my game to the next level. Thank you so much, and this is Formal signing off. Please like and subscribe. Bye.